You know, people been sending me this video, and I had like 2 or 3 people that said when killings go on in Jamaica, you always are cover it. You're all over it, exposing it. So how come when it happened to Jamaican people right where you're at, you stay quiet? Well, when you're doing stories like these, and anybody who's been following SouFLoTV for a while knows that I cover all these, whether they happen here or in Jamaica. But when you're doing stories like these, you just don't want to just come out and say, oh, this woman got killed, and then that's it. You have to wait upon some information to come out, and then you have to go do your own little investigation as well. Anyways, welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV. Police identify the 45-year-old woman that was found dead Tuesday as the investigation continues. Well, this is out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. This is not too far from where I am at. A 45-year-old woman was found dead Tuesday in her residence in Tradition. Appears to have been shot through the slide door of her home. As the death remains under investigation, this is what the police said. This is straight out of Port St. Lucie. Port St. Lucie police Wednesday released new details about the death of the woman in the 11200 block of Southwest Stockton Place. This is the address, which police discovered after being called at 11:39 a.m., almost midday, Tuesday, for a welfare check. Now, there's a story before this. Police Wednesday identified the woman as Carisha Brissett. Investigators remain at the scene Wednesday morning. The motive and the intention of the crime is still under investigation, and police said that also in a news release. The police also said that evidence suggests that the shooting was a targeted crime and not just any random act of violence. Police will have an increased presence in the area, and we are not currently looking for a suspect in the immediate area. That alone threw me off. They are not looking for a suspect in the immediate area. And they're letting the public know that they're not looking for a suspect in the immediate area. Hello. A murder investigation like this, you start with the immediate area. It could be somebody close to her that did it. It could be a disgruntled neighbor. It could be racially motivated. It could be that somebody didn't want her moving into their prissy neighborhood. You understand? But anyhow, there are many more angles to this story, so just stick with it as I go through it for you. The home where the incident occurred is in a gated town park community west of Interstate 95 and south of Southwest Tradition Parkway. A total of 13 spent shell casings were located on the rear back patio. It appears the victim was shot through the slider and entry was not made into the residence by the perpetrator, the police said. So, what they're saying here is somebody shot her up through her sliding door and did not even enter the house. It was done as like a hit. There's so many things that's weird to this to me. First of all, right, who chooses to go bust a gun at the quietest hour of 24 hours? 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Even people that stay up late are all nodding off or going to sleep by now. So it's usually neighborhoods are quiet at this time. And this person busting gun at 13 rounds at least, because they found 13 spent shell casings. So at least 13 rounds. At least 13 rounds went off. Wow. Also, in a quiet community like where she lived in this gated community, how? This person gets in. Pause. Okay, so in this gated community that she's in, this is supposed to be a very secured area. I can't see somebody busting gunshots at 4 a.m. in the morning, 13 of them, and no one hears. However, there's a statement from her neighbor, and we're going to go through that as well. All right? So, as the story continues, detectives are still investigating and they are looking into it. And actually, the Port St. Lucie had a bomb squad. So a person with Brissett's name purchased this property in 11200 block of Southwest Stockton Place in January. This is according to the St. Lucie County Property Appraiser record. So this is not a rented property. She purchased this property. Either her or somebody purchased it in her name. Well, she was living there. So let's say it's her. She purchased her house. The streets are talking, and we have one such statement from the streets. The such statement from the streets says she's a church girl, and she don't really want people to know that she's having the kind of relationship she was having with somebody. But before she purchased the house, this was supposed to be some close kind of relationship. So this could very well be that somebody who believes that, like, she left them, she moved on, she moved up. I mean, if me and you share in an apartment, I don't know, you move out and suddenly you buy a house and these kind of things. So it could be that kind of resentment. That was the line of what the person was saying. I don't confirm it to be true. I don't know if it's true. I just know that the streets are talking. People are talking. Somebody said that she ripped off someone, took their money, that she was planning to do stuff with, or from a relationship standpoint, basically. So this man feel jilted. I don't know either. And I'm hoping that her family members don't go away saying SouFLoTV is saying that because that's what he wants to say. I'm just talking what the streets are saying and what we're reading online. There was also another comment from Sylvia Powell that said that this lady is from Troy, Trelawney, and she went to Albertown School, so a lot of people should know her. All right? So may I read what people are saying online? Okay? Now, they're saying that she purchased the property, and they know that from the St. Lucie County Property Appraiser records. Neighbors Tuesday and Wednesday told TCP Palm, which is a news entity, that they heard what happened to be several gunshots around 4 a.m. on Tuesday. Police got calls around 4:10 a.m. Hey, we're hearing gunshots over here in the neighborhood. Could y'all come check it out, see what's going on? Tuesday, they got those calls regarding that. But when the calls came in, the exact location of where the gunshots were coming from was not reported. So nobody called and said 911, okay, hey, at 11:22 there are gunshots being fired over there. They just called and said, we hear gunshots. Police came, looked through the area, didn't see anything suspicious, didn't find anything, left. This was when she was getting shot up. So she had been laying there all that time until later on. So the police left, didn't find nothing. Officers couldn't find any evidence of shooting or any possible victims or anything out there, so they went about their business. Detectives are still investigating if these calls are related to the scene that they later found at 11:39. And of course, we know that it is. The St. Lucie County Sheriff Bomb and Squad was actually also called out after the police reported that there were containers of an unknown liquid. Now, the way how these were set up, right? There was a gas bottle, a bottle containing gas, gas carrier, and then there were glass bottles with rags in them. We know that as a Molotov cocktail. So there were multiple Molotov cocktails and a bottle carrying gas with it, and they were removed from the scene. A friend of the woman went to the home after she didn't show up for work, and when the friend saw the shattered rear slider glass and cartridge casings on the back patio, police stated, she raised the alarm. A delivery service driver in the area was hailed down and he provided help. There's another story out there that's saying that the delivery driver is who found her because he went to go deliver a package, and that's not how it is. It was actually a friend who she works with that didn't see her come to work and went to go check. You know, some people live close like that. Might live in the same area, work at the same place. She's not the type of person to ever miss work, and you and her talk all the time. You know, you have your bestie where you text with, I'm coming, I'm on my way. But she didn't hear anything from her. No, I'm coming, I'm on my way, nothing. She didn't show up, not like her. So after work, the first thing you're going to be like is, let me go by Shireen house and see if she's there, if everything all right, that kind of stuff. And she went, and then she saw window shattered or glass door shattered and the shell casings on the patio, and she raised the alarm. She fanned down the delivery driver, and the delivery driver provided help, taking her to the hospital. Linda Murphy, 65 years old, said that Wednesday, said that she lived down the street and around the corner from where the incident occurred. This is a witness. She's a light sleeper, she said. She said that she heard some noise around 4 a.m. I was kind of waking up, and then I heard like pop, 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 Murphy said. And I thought at first that it was somebody just pounding on the front door or for whatever reason. Now later on, she discovered it was probably the gunfire she was hearing. It's a little bit alarming, she said. My philosophy at this point is you can't be too surprised of what's happening in our world, and we don't know what goes on behind closed doors of anybody's house. All right. But she's right though. In one sense, she's right, but you want to see how quick her neighbors are to judge. That's why I said earlier that some of these places, you're not too welcome there. But anyhow, I'm going to tell you about the demographics of this place in a minute, right? First thing they jump to is you can't too swear for anybody and know what's going on behind their door. Why? Because her neighbors probably don't even know her. And you know, a lot of us that live in Florida, we know how it goes. Your neighbor don't speak to you, and you don't speak to your neighbor either. And like Jamaica, what we call across the fence. Hey, how you doing? What, Miss James? Everything all right? All right, sir. All right, SouFLo, may I go inside? All right, bless up here. It's not like that here. So that could be that. Now, she said that she lived in the area just over 2 months. And this is a horrible situation. So she just moved there. We recently bought in this area, and we are paying for security and feeling the sense of safe, she said. So if this happens to a neighbor, it's very alarming. And it's so incredibly sad for her family and for our community. Now you remember, you know, this is a gated community, okay, where security is and everything. And she still got gunned down and nobody saw nothing. Now this place, records show that she purchased the place, right? Outright, bought it. It's hers. It's not a rental property. She's not catching at somebody's yard. She owns the place. And she purchased it in January. See? Police says that this is a targeted hit. And this is not a random act of violence. Keep that in mind. Friend went to her house after she didn't show up for work. That's how she was discovered. 13 shell casings. No entrance made. Shot from outside the sliding door patio. Gas can and Molotov cocktails ready to make were found there as well. Molotov cocktails. Sounds like somebody came to definitely get rid of her. Like they were going to shoot and then burn the house down. I don't know. Maybe they were startled, alarmed, and they ran off. Could this have been a dejected lover? Could this have been a boyfriend? Could this have been a jealous ex? A stalker? And or could she be mixed up in something? Like the neighbor said, you don't really know what's going on behind closed doors these days. And you can't say you're too surprised when things happen now, given the world we're living in now. Things happen all the time. Strange things. Could this be reprisal killing? Maybe somebody close to her is into something and you can't catch Quacker, you catch him shut. Could it be about life insurance? You never know. I saw a comment that says they better check and see who would be the beneficiary if she has a life insurance policy. Where in Jamaica is she from? People want to know. Was she dating anyone? Were there ever any men seen coming from her house or going to her house, or what was her company like? I mean, she bought the place in January. It is now November. So it's been 11 months that she purchased that place and been living there. A person spoke and said that she migrated several years ago from Jamaica and she lived in Florida for approximately 10 years. She's described as a very religious person, very into her church by her cousin. Her cousin who said that they grew up and migrated together. And again, that person, Sylvia Powell, that said, this lady is from Troy, Trelawney, and she went to Albertown School, so a lot of people should know her. Please call 772-871-5053 if you have any information about what really took place. They are labeling this as a targeted hit. Looks very much to be that way to me as well. Now, the last piece of information I'm going to give you, right? Because I brought up that some places in Florida and some places in especially southern states, you're not really welcomed as a person of color into that community. You understand? And they see you as devaluing the community. I'm not saying that's what took place here. I'm just going to give you some demographics off of where she lives. So the population there is a little over 200,000. 20% of that is Latinos. 18% of that is black. There are no black neighborhoods and there are no Hispanic neighborhoods or Asian neighborhoods in this place where she lives. You know, most cities you go to, you have your Chinatown, and then, you know, over Marcus Garvey Drive and down there, that's the hood. And then over here, you got where, you know, a certain kind of people live, etc., etc. And it's not that there. They don't have those kind of neighborhoods. Everybody pretty much live around each other. They also had the lowest crime rate, 2020 to 2021, in all the cities in the state of Florida. This place has a strong military presence, a lot of military families there. And check this out. Poverty is not really a thing there. 77% of the people there own their homes, or 77% of the homes there are owned, not rented, not apartment buildings, not rental property, outright ownership of their homes, 77%. So it's to tell you the kind of place that she was in. Now you can take it how you want it and say, maybe they didn't want her being up there. Or you can say, nah, I think she got mixed up in something else. Or you can say, this is a random hit. Whatever you say it in the comment section and let's talk about it. All right. I'll keep posted to this, see if anything else comes up, and I'll keep you updated. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the updates when I update you on this story and other stories like this. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.